And now you've got Freddy, Emeliano, Linares taking on Jack Jenkins, and I feel like Jack Jenkins out of Australia is the guy the UFC might want to win this matchup. I mean, there's an argument to be made either way because of the way that they're building up prospects in each of their respective areas. They're building up prospects out of Ecuador, out of Chito Vera, and they're building up a lot of Australian prospects out of like Jack Della Maddalena, where Jack Jenkins is from, where Jack Jenkins is fighting. And to be fair, man, Jack Jenkins really has cleaned out a lot of the top prospects in the Australian scene right now. I think that Rod Costa, you look at that 5-3 record, that's a very underrated win. I think that Rod Costa is a lot better than his record is. And then he has fought a couple of guys that aren't the best in the world. He fought Jesse Medina, which at the time wasn't too bad of a win, you know. But he's looking great. He's got a really good work rate. He's got really good conditioning. He's got great grappling. He's got great striking. He's just very well rounded, you know. And I think that's really important in this matchup here. Freddy Linares, he's quite easily hit on the feet. He doesn't really have much head movement, and his gas tank's not the best either. But this man can take a lot of damage, and he does have a pretty good amount of power in his hands. You know, he did recently come off a KO over an undefeated 4-0 fighter. Before that, he's also been finishing a couple of other guys on the regional scene. But I really like Jack Jenkins in this matchup here. I think he's got better cardio. He's just a lot better conditioned, in my opinion, out of the two. He's got a higher work rate as well. I think if he wants to take the fight to the mat, I think he might actually have an advantage there as well. And I like him in the striking. I just really like Jack Jenkins in general in this matchup here. I just think that at this point of both of their careers, I think he's the better fighter. And I think that the UFC will sign him because they're really wanting to try and get a lot more Australian talent. I think there's rumours circulating of a card taking place in Australia early next year. I really hope they're true, because if they are true, then I'm going to be going, because I'm from New Zealand, and like there's been I think two UFC cards in New Zealand, and I've been to one of them. I went to Mark Hunt versus Derek Lewis, where Mark Hunt knocked out Derek Lewis in the 4th round. From the top of my head, it was a great time. I met Jarek Brunson, but it's not story time with Artem right now. We're picking Jack Jenkins to win. I do think he's the better fighter. I think he's going to wear on Linares, and I think he's probably going to get like a 2nd or 3rd round finish. I kind of lean the 3rd round a little bit more. Maybe it's a decision, but Linares, I think he's going to slow down a lot towards the end of the fight, and Jenkins is just going to keep coming forward. I think he's the better conditioned fighter, and just all around, I rate him a little bit more as well. I really do like Jack Jenkins in this matchup. I think that he's going to look pretty good in this fight.